What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today, and this is your WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 39 review and results show for today, Monday, April 3rd, 2023. This is your WWE WrestleMania Goes Hollywood 39 2023 Fallout show, and this was the worst Raw after WrestleMania of all time. Is Vince McMahon back in charge of the WWE again? Because let me tell you, this was terrible. So kick back, relax, we're going to get everything started here in just a little bit. We'll hit the music, get this party started, and your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results show will be coming your way next. Don't go away, because I'll be right back. See you guys in a little bit.
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring, Days Without Team.
How's everybody doing out there, guys? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you right here, right now. And boy, oh boy, what a shit show tonight. That's about all I can say. This was definitely not Triple H. This was Vince McMahon. you can easily tell a Vince McMahon production from a Triple H production. But yeah, anyway, guys, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you right here, right now. And this is your WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania review and results show for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Your WWE WrestleMania 39 or WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, WrestleMania 39 Fallout show here. So, yeah, that's what we got. And I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys tonight. And I want to tell you guys, make sure, if you want to check stuff out here on the channel, make sure you check out my website, www.beyondtheringwithbigt.com. You can call into the show live on Skype using BigT_119. You can follow me on Twitter at BeyondTheRingBT. You can like me and follow me on Facebook at Beyond the Ring with Big T. And you can like me on Instagram at Beyond the Ring with Big T. And all that good stuff. So, there you go. Alright, guys. And if you want to also help out the channel, you guys know what to do. Make sure that you please use the hashtag #JusticeForPretty for pet rights, because pets are family. Me and Mama T, Little Pretty, we all appreciate it very much. And Pretty will always be our bright little shining star. We love you very much forever and ever, my sweet little angel. And don't forget to please donate to the show on PayPal by clicking on this link in the description of this video. Thank you guys very much. That link that you see Becky Lynch pointing up out there, that link's pinned to the top of the YouTube live chat, Facebook live comments. It's at the top of the description of this video and every single video that I do. There's a PayPal button on my YouTube homepage. Any amount you guys want to donate to the channel, big or small, would be very much appreciated. And it helps keep the channel running smoothly, so please donate right now. Alright, guys. So, I gotta get into it and review this mess. I gotta review this mess of a show, which, to be quite honest with you right now, I'm telling you this isn't gonna be a long show because I really don't have much to say. I really don't have much to say. It just, that's just in all honesty. And I'm sure most of you guys, you're probably just like thrown for a complete loop out in left field after, sitting here and watching a show like this tonight. I can't even, the way it started off, I was thinking like, damn, we're going to get a pretty good show tonight. And boy, was I wrong. I was wrong. Really wrong. Because I thought we were getting something good. And unfortunately, we did not get anything good at all. Vince McMahon, honestly, he's got to be running this from the shadows. And, I already heard some things that are being reported as of right now. I don't understand why the show was as bad as it was. The only excuse that I could come up with is that Vince McMahon was running this production. He had to be. So, let's start at the top. I'm going to open this up here and let's take a look at the results page. And first off, I know I mentioned this in the WrestleMania review earlier, but I want to throw this by you guys again. There was a tragedy today. Bushwhacker Butch is dead. WWE Hall of Famer is passing, announced by his tag team partner. WWE Hall of Famer Robert Miller, best known for his wild in-ring persona as Butch, one half of the legendary Bushwhackers tag team, has died at the age of 78. The news was confirmed by his longtime partner Luke, Bushwhacker's daughter, Jackie, in an Instagram post on Monday afternoon. On Bushwhacker Luke's page, there's a picture of Bushwhacker Butch on Instagram, and it says, "Update, our dear Bob has passed away. Those we love never truly leave us. There are things that death cannot touch. We will always love you, Uncle Bob Miller, until we meet again. Love you, Jackie." And, it's sad. It really is sad. Anytime, a legend is lost in this business, it's really sad. After breaking into the business in the mid-1970s as the Sheep Herders, the duo, the Bushwhackers, would grow to become beloved fan favorites after signing with the World Wrestling Federation in 1988. Hey, that was the year I was born. With Butch often serving as the mouthpiece of the partnership. When they weren't busy licking the fans' faces, or not busy licking the faces of each other or those at ringside sometimes. I remember when they did that. It's funny that they put this in the write-up, but before arriving in the WWF, the Sheep Herders were renowned for violent bloodbaths in the territory days, most notably winning the Florida version of the NWA United States Tag Team Championships during a bitter rivalry with the fabulous ones Steve Keirn and Stan Lane. It made their transition into lovable kid favorites in the WWF all the more unique. The Bushwhackers quickly became stalwart attractions on WrestleMania and pay-per-view undercards. During the company's golden era, Butch last wrestled for the WWE at WrestleMania 17, taking part in the Gimmick Battle Royal. Luke and Butch were inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2015. Actually, I was there for their induction. That was in Santa Clara, California. I remember that, actually. And I would like to extend my sincerest condolences to the family, the friends, and the fans of Robert Miller. And, of course, condolences to his tag team partner, Bushwhacker Luke, as well. But again, Bushwhacker Butch has passed away at the age of 78. Alright, guys. So right now, let's get to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw tonight. Take a quick drink of water here. WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Review results for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Matt Riddle returns. Cody Rhodes confronts Roman Reigns, and we get an undisputed tag team title match and more. So tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania for Monday, April 3rd, 2023 is coming to us live from the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California, formerly known as the Staples Center. While no matches have been officially advertised for the Raw after WrestleMania tonight, Roman Reigns will likely be making an appearance to address his future following a successful defense of his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes at Night 2 of the Showcase of the Immortals WrestleMania. Solo Sikoa provided a helping hand to Roman Reigns last night after delivering a Samoan spike to Cody Rhodes, while the referee was distracted and allowing the door to be open for Roman Reigns to deliver a spear for the win. It is also anticipated that Bianca Belair will emerge tonight after successfully retaining her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka last night by escaping the Asuka lock and delivering the KOD, which is the Kiss of Death, her finishing move. Traditionally, the Raw after WrestleMania has been known for featuring returns, debuts, and call-ups of NXT. Now, if that's what you guys were looking for tonight, I'm sorry, but you're going to be, like, sadly disappointed, because nothing of the sort happened except a return of Matt Riddle. That's it. Period. But, Yeah, you know, he usually always says debuts and call-ups from NXT talent, so there will likely be a surprise or two in store tonight. Now, there were a couple surprises, I'll give them that, but still, I mean, this show was not up to par. So we are live from Los Angeles. The show kicks off with a video package recapping some of the highlights from WrestleMania 39. Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick then greet audiences at home as Triple H heads to the ring, and we hear from Triple H to start off the show. Now, I will tell you this. Triple H's speech, okay? Triple H's speech to me, and this is what I got off of it. Isn't it funny that the day the WWE has been sold, because the WWE was officially, I guess, sold today to, what's the company? Revolution? I forgot. Oh, Endeavor Company. That's it, Endeavor Company. And it was sold, I guess, today. And it's funny that when this is going on, everything changes tonight. Everything goes from feeling good like a normally produced Triple H show does back down to a Vince McMahon production. And there's a lot of concern actually going around. There's things being reported already. We'll see if this comes out or if, you know, some of this going around is fake news, real news, but there's already stuff being reported. According to Sean Ross Sapp, talking about Monday Night Raw tonight, he says it was rough. There were some talent very frustrated there. Sapp says further that Vince McMahon was backstage. There were changes made. There is going to be a report on FightfulSelect.com tomorrow about some of the issues talent had with the way things went tonight on Raw. So I guess take that for what you will. That already goes to tell me that Vince McMahon's already steering the ship a lot more than they want you to believe that he is. And I'm just telling you, Vince McMahon's creative work over the last decade is some of the worst creative work that I had to sit through and watch, doing this product, reviewing this product, especially since I started this show 9 years ago. That was like right in the thick of Vince McMahon's creative really being at the bottom of the barrel and getting lower. Now we are at that point where it's starting to rear its ugly head again. And wait until I go through the card on this show, and wait until you hear about the big bait and switch at the end of the show. Wait until you hear of the direction the WWE might be going in for Backlash. I'm so confused. I really am so confused. I just can't picture Triple H putting together a show like this. This felt indeed like a Vince McMahon production. This felt like a Vince McMahon created show. And another thing that was very odd is how come there were no matches announced for Monday Night Raw. That's why you didn't even see a preview show pop up. I recorded something where I mentioned it, but I didn't even upload it. I'll probably upload it tomorrow. But still, there were no matches announced for Raw. It was very weird. That's something Triple H never ever does. That's something that Vince McMahon has done before, though. You know why Vince McMahon has done that before? Because Vince McMahon has ripped up show scripts like 5 minutes before showtime, and then has made the creative team rewrite the scripts, or Vince would rewrite the script himself, as Raw or SmackDown would be on the air. This feels a lot like a Vince McMahon production. So, let's talk about this. And, this show, holy crap. The beginning of it was very good. the beginning was good. The first segment was fantastic. And then next thing you know, it nosedived off a cliff. And it never got going. You know, never. So the Raw after WrestleMania started out, of course, with, Triple H. Triple H comes down to the ring. Triple H thanks the fans for their warm reception. Triple H says that WrestleMania lived up to its nickname of the grandest stage of them all. And then he says SoFi Stadium was packed to the rafters beyond his wildest expectations. Triple H says he came out to thank the performers for putting their bodies on the line and their hard work. The crew that makes nights like WrestleMania popular. Every member of the WWE team, including Stu over there, the camera person, and most importantly, the WWE Universe. Thank you. And the whole thing is that they actually showed Stu the cameraman because, everybody started chanting Stu in the arena, so Stu got over just by being mentioned. Triple H also says that WWE will be here, week in, week out, because WWE is then, now, forever together. And, the whole thing is, when you take a look back at this, Triple H, he came out to a roaring reaction from the fans. I mean, they loved him. And when you're thanking everybody involved for everything, you can tell how heartfelt Triple H was. He really does care a lot about the employees and about the fans. And he mentioned, about how he saw the drawings for the set, but then when he got there, it just completely took his breath away. But, Triple H, when he spoke about the bombshell WWE sale news that dropped earlier in the day, referencing that it was the one thing the world was talking about following last night's epic WrestleMania, or this past weekend's epic WrestleMania. In response, Triple H, all he did was assured everyone that the same WWE that you know and love is not going nowhere. Or the same WWE you know and love is going nowhere. And that fans can expect the same show that they are used to involving this. Now, this is the key here, okay? And when I break this down, I'm sure you guys will understand, but this is the key. Nowhere in this did Triple H mention, the management team or the creative team. Okay, what happened here was Triple H just solely mentioned that fans can expect the same show they are used to involving the same top stars. Okay, the same stars, superstars, which is the wrestlers. During last night's WrestleMania 39 Sunday press conference, Triple H would not comment on the sale. Monday night, he told fans that he can promise no matter what happens, WWE is going nowhere, just like last night. Triple H even brought out the traditional line like I spoke of then, now, together forever, before introducing the winner of last night's main event. And that's when Triple H says he asked the fans to acknowledge one more person and introduces Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, they all come down to the ring together. Triple H and Roman Reigns have a stare-off, at the top of the rampway, but it was friendly. They shook hands, and then, they hugged each other. It was a very, it was a nice thing. It was a nice thing for Triple H and Roman Reigns, especially two guys that battled at WrestleMania 7 years ago. So, then, before I get into Roman Reigns, I have to talk about Triple H just a little bit. Did you notice that speech? Okay. This is one thing. Well, first, WWE sale to Endeavor was made official this morning. So it's official, it's done, it's a done deal. With the WWE set to merge with the UFC to create its own separate company. Once the deal is finalized, Endeavor will own 51% of the WWE, and the WWE shareholders will own 49%. Now, I'm going to tell you the management team that they have put in place. Let me see if I still have. Yes, I do have the photo. Alright, so the management team here. Ariel Emanuel is, of course, the owner because he's the owner of Endeavor. But you know who the number 2 person in line is going to be? Vince McMahon is the new co-executive chairman. Vince McMahon is going to be the number 2 man in power in this company. Because it looks like Endeavor's owner wants Vince McMahon to be the one to take control of the company and just run it. Just do what he can do with it. Now, I don't know if Vince is going to take over creative or if Triple H will still have his job title. That they haven't spoke of. But I will tell you this, Triple H, it was like he had to come out there to kind of try to put out the flames of the rumors earlier, because once the company sold, everybody was asking questions, and everybody wanted answers. So this leads to, alright, well, Triple H is going to go out there on Raw tonight, and basically what it was just a pep talk. It was like one of those rah speeches, to make everybody feel good and make them feel motivated, which Triple H is very good at that. But if you take a look at it underneath it all, I'm starting to believe the only reason why Triple H did that was to try to calm things down, and that Vince McMahon is really having more power, of creative that we know of at this moment. Because the very interesting thing about this was, Triple H did say, the WWE that you know and love is going nowhere. And you can expect the same show that we're used to involving the same top stars. He didn't say we're going to have the same management team or this and that. We are going to have the same top stars. So that was already something right there that he's alluded to. So I think things are already changing more than maybe some people are assuming that it is. I mean, because Vince McMahon is going to be back there with his new look and all. Did you see Vince McMahon on CNBC today with his little mustache and everything? I'm like, what is going on? I can't even get used to Vince McMahon with a mustache, okay? Vince McMahon, it's like Vince McMahon, he can't be Big T. He can't grow, a big, bushy, luxurious mustache like mine. No. Vince McMahon, you see, it's just like the little pencil mustache, but does he got the big, luxurious, Big T mustache? No. That's one thing I got Vince McMahon beat on, so there you go. Vince McMahon can't beat me at the game of who grows a better mustache, because I got him beat there. See, there's some things Vince McMahon can lose at, and he can lose in a mustache competition with me. Alright, let's see. JQ James says, we should have read the sign when WWE merging with UFC earlier. We should have seen this coming. This is going to be a dark time for WWE now that Vince slowly and surely taking over the company again. JQ, you're not telling me anything that I don't already know. I've been saying it for months. Really, I've been saying it for months. I don't know if you've been in here watching me, but if you would be in here watching me, you would know that I've been saying this for months. And if that's something that you heard from anybody else online, trust me, I've been saying it way before they ever did. Way before. As soon as Vince McMahon weaseled his way back in, like the day after New Year's Day, this year. I even said if Vince McMahon is going to be the executive chairman, or if he's going to be the chairman of the board again, he's going to slowly weasel his way back in, because there's no way that he's going to let a WrestleMania go by and he's not going to be a part of it in some way. I have been saying this for months. So trust me, JQ, what you told me right now is nothing new. It's something that I have been saying since the first week of January. You're just arriving 3 months late to the party, my friend. But, there you go. So, that's my thoughts on all this. And Vince McMahon, if he's truly going to take over more and more creative, it is going to be very dark times in WWE, and that's going to give Tony Khan and AEW all their momentum back that they need. I mean, it really will. And I mean, after what we saw tonight, I don't even know what the current direction is in this company, to be honest with you. I'm very confused. I'm going to try to make as much sense of it as I can. But let's talk about the one good segment that actually happened on this show. Because there was one good segment, and that's how this started. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa headed down to the ring. You know, like I said, Roman and Triple H, they acknowledged each other. They shook hands. They hugged. So then they got in the ring. Roman Reigns tells Hollywood to acknowledge him because he was getting boos and chants of Roman sucks. It was a very anti-Roman crowd, it seemed, in Los Angeles tonight. But before Roman can say anything else, Cody Rhodes interrupts, his music hits, and the American Nightmare heads to the ring, and Cody Rhodes confronts the Bloodline. Cody Rhodes was selling the effects of last night's match by holding his ribs, during his entrance, so I like that Cody Rhodes is actually going in there and, selling the effects of the match from last night. It's great that Cody did that because that match was a war. Of course. Yeah, I mean, that's if Vince McMahon is going to fully take over creative, but yeah, there will be some future endeavors being done soon. That means a lot of people being fired from the company. And let me tell you something, if people are going to get fired from the company again, Vince, this is one thing you can do right. Vince, please do me this favor, Mr. McMahon. Fire Chelsea Green. That bitch doesn't deserve a job. That's all I gotta say. Fire Chelsea Green. She's a horrible wrestler. I can't stand her character. Get her off of television. She is god awful. I mean, literally, when I see her on TV, I could literally throw up in my mouth. She's that bad in the ring. Get her out. Get her out. Please. Fire Chelsea Green. That would be the best thing Vince could do. Vince fired her once before, so you know what? If he's working his way back in, I hope he fires her again. That would be one thing that would make me happy with Vince McMahon. Anyway, Cody, he comes down to the ring. Cody gets on the microphone and he says he knows what he wants to talk about, and says today is turning out a lot differently than, today is turning out a lot differently than he and a lot of people anticipated. Well, of course. Of course it's different. Everybody was expecting a different outcome, myself included, to be honest with you. Absolutely, JQ. Chelsea Green, she is a whole new level of cringe. Chelsea Green is just, oh my god, is she awful. Awful. I don't even want to see her on the indies again. I mean, this whole second run was enough. Vince McMahon can fire her, and hopefully she just retires from professional wrestling as a whole and just gets out. Because, I mean, really, there's no use for Chelsea Green at all. Cody says he thought that he would be standing in the ring as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Cody then acknowledges that Roman was the better competitor last night. And he says he knows that Roman has skated by lots of his title defenses. And says he had him during their match. He's like, I had you last night. Which I gotta give it to Cody, he did. I mean, there's no denying that. Cody says what he wants to talk about boils down to one word: rematch. Paul Heyman grabs the microphone and asks Cody when he would like this hypothetical rematch. Cody's like, I want it tonight. Paul Heyman says, no. Heyman tells Cody that he will never get a rematch and says that Cody doesn't get to call the shots because now he lives on the island of relevancy. Cody asks Heyman if he thinks, he's in a normal mood after last night. Cody then asks Roman if he doesn't want to give fans the rematch that they want. He says he essentially got both Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa last night, and since they're both ready, they may as well do a tag match tonight. We gotta at least give everybody something. If you're not gonna do the one-on-one title rematch, we have to do something tonight. Okay? So yeah, they're really trying to push this home to make something big. Now, what is this going to turn out to be? Here's the answer. Paul Heyman asks for a minute with Roman Reigns and pulls him aside to advise him as Solo Sikoa he's staring a hole right through Cody. He's staring him down. And then Heyman and Roman finish their talk. And Heyman tells Cody, that his challenge has been accepted. But under two parameters, two conditions here. Cody's partner has to be someone who wrestled this past weekend at WrestleMania. And, if they lose the tag team match, whatever, Cody and his partner will never receive another, title shot against Roman Reigns again. Well, there's one person that competed last night that obviously had nothing to lose, but as soon as his music went off and he went down to the ring, I already assumed that something was going to be off here, because Brock Lesnar's music hits, he heads down to the ring. Brock shakes Cody's hand and agrees to be his partner. So we got Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes teaming up to take on Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and I'm like, Brock hasn't wrestled on Raw in 21 years. He hasn't wrestled in a tag match in 19 years. So what are the actual odds of this match actually happening tonight on Raw? And then when I started to see how bad this entire show was, I was thinking there's no way Brock's going to actually wrestle. Let's see, JQ says, I see Chelsea last name is Green because her promo and wrestling skills are green as grass. Exactly. That's what Chelsea Green is. Damn right. Oh, boy. Okay. So, this was a great first segment. It made you think you were getting something big. It gave a big feel to the show. And by the way, the first hour of Raw was commercial free. But yeah, this was good. And I'm like, okay, if this is what we're going to be getting out of Raw tonight, we might be looking at a pretty damn good show. Well, right when I start to get my hopes up here for the Raw after WrestleMania, boy, did this plane just go from, elevating and elevating, when you take off and a plane just keeps going up in the air. Well, next thing I know, one of the engines of that plane started to fail, and this plane started to nosedive down into the ground because our first match of the night, Omos and MVP head down to the ring and Elias follows. So we got Omos with MVP in his corner going one-on-one against Elias. I mean, really? Really? That's it. Like, Elias and Omos. I'm supposed to believe that Omos is going to, or that Elias is going to have a chance against Omos. Really? Oh, by the way, I got some news on this tag match, but yeah, Brock Lesnar comes to Cody Rhodes' aid against Roman Reigns tag team match set for WWE Monday Night Raw main event. Now, for the first time since 2002, Brock Lesnar is set to have a match on WWE Monday Night Raw, but not in singles action. During Cody Rhodes' interaction with his WrestleMania 39 opponent Roman Reigns to open the Raw after WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes challenged Roman Reigns to a title rematch on the show, which was quickly turned down. An infuriated Cody Rhodes then asked Roman if not a title match, could he receive a tag match, including the man who cost him the match, the title last night in Solo Sikoa. In response, Roman's special counsel Paul Heyman took the microphone telling Cody that he could have a partner as long as the man who answered the call agreed to never get another shot at Roman Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship as long as he is champion. Answering the call was the Beast Brock Lesnar, who is a perfect choice given the stipulation from his title challenge against Roman Reigns at WWE SummerSlam 2022, which means he can't receive another shot at Roman's title following his loss. With Brock accepting the fight, it was made official that the unlikely team of Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar would take on Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns in Monday Night Raw's main event. Now, this will also mark Brock Lesnar's first tag team match in over 20 years, with his last tag team match coming on WWE SmackDown in 2004 when Brock Lesnar and The Big Show lost to Eddie Guerrero and John Cena. After the segment, the Usos were shown backstage with Paul Heyman, telling them to head to the jet and leave for the night by orders of Roman Reigns, seemingly putting them out of the picture for the show's main event in Los Angeles. So that's just, a little update, on Brock's tag match history and whatnot. But yeah, let's get to Omos and Elias, because this is garbage. Yeah, fire Omos if the time comes to. Omos is not, he's not entertaining either. He hit his ceiling last night when he faced Brock Lesnar. He really did, and his ceiling is not getting any higher. It's just not. Brock, or Omos, the guy's never going to be a world champion. They're never going to put the title on him. Vince McMahon just likes to use him because he's a giant. Vince McMahon likes that sort of thing. He likes the irresistible force meets the immovable object, type thing. That's what Vince McMahon really likes. And what he really likes a lot. But anyway, let's see. There we go. Alright. Omos and Elias. The bell rings. Elias charges at Omos. Omos catches him with a brutal chop and a pair of body slams, and then follows it up with a splash in the corner before sending him into the top turnbuckle face first. As he then delivers the double choke slam, Omos does for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winner is Omos. See what I mean? The match is fucking garbage. Anyway, we then head backstage and see the Usos knocking on Roman Reigns' dressing room door. Paul Heyman then emerges and welcomes the Usos, and Jimmy says they are here to see Roman. Paul Heyman says he explains that Roman Reigns is strategizing with Solo Sikoa outside, and then says that Roman Reigns appreciates their contributions this weekend. as Paul Heyman tells Jimmy and Jay that Roman has the jet prepared for them and invites them to take the night off, get on the jet, have the fresh seafood, and whatever else is on the jet, and that's it. So the Usos leave. As soon as the Usos walk away, Paul Heyman opens up the locker room door, and you hear him say, "Yeah, I took care of everything, my tribal chief," so he sent the Usos away. Roman didn't want to talk to the Usos. He's disgusted with the Usos, obviously. And it makes me think already, see, this is the kind of dissension that we need, you know. We need that for this. We need Roman to basically feud with the Usos first. I mean, we really, really do. We need something different. This is the only way you're going to end the bloodline. Roman basically puts his family through hell, and then after he puts his family through hell, his family will get revenge on him by costing him the championship. That's how this all comes down. And if Solo Sikoa would be the one to take him down, that would be the best way to go, honestly. I already made you guys a whole storyline out of this, and you guys know that. So that was good. That was a good part, but that was just a short backstage segment. So then we hear from Rey Mysterio. We head to ringside where Kathy Kelly is standing by with Bad Bunny. Kathy Kelly asks Bad Bunny how excited he is to be bringing WWE to Puerto Rico as the host of WWE WrestleMania Backlash. See, she said WrestleMania Backlash, but it's still being advertised as just Backlash. And Bad Bunny says he's very happy. Bad Bunny says he's here to enjoy Raw like a fan tonight. Rey Mysterio's music hits. Rey heads down to the ring. Rey says it's been an emotional week after being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and Rey says that he would not be here if it weren't for the fans. Rey says he wanted to take the time to thank the WWE Universe for welcoming him with open arms, and then thanks Bad Bunny. Right after this, Austin Theory's music hits, and the WWE United States Champion appears. Theory says both he and Rey deserve some respect for doing what they said they would do at WrestleMania. Theory says that Rey beat the product of his own bad parenting, while Theory actually beat a legend. But Rey is trying to correct the past. He says no one believed in him, as boos are raining down from the crowd. Theory says he's on top of the world and he can't be touched. And then he brags about beating John Cena this past weekend, as he says Rey is just like Cena and he will beat him and then add him to his collection. Rey says the only thing Theory will be collecting is his teeth after he hits him with the 619 before a referee runs down. And then, of course, you know, this leads to a match. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. The bell rings, these two lock up before Theory delivers a shoulder tackle. Then we go to our first commercial break of the night. We come back from the commercial break. Theory sends Rey colliding with the ring post shoulder first. These two men teeter on the top rope, but Rey pushes Theory off and goes flying. Theory then fires back with a back elbow and begins to target Rey's arm, but Rey manages to deliver a tornado DDT as he ascends to the top, but Theory meets him there. Rey pushes him off and hits another senton and then delivers a crossbody off the ropes and goes for a pin. Theory kicks out and Rey fires off right hands in the corner. Theory gets Rey up on his shoulders and sends him crashing into the mat, but Rey delivers an enziguri and sends him into the ropes as he sets up for the 619, but Theory recovers and delivers a vicious clothesline. Rey once again sends Theory into the ropes, but Dominic Mysterio appears. Rey fights him off and sets up for the 619, but Theory catches him and plants him with an A-Town down for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. You know, because Dominic had to get involved and distract his father, so Of course, that screwed everything up. Theory wins the match. 1, 2, 3 for the pin and the win on the 8-ton down. Austin Theory wins this non-title match. And, it's no big shock there. You knew they're going to keep, let's see. The whole thing is that you absolutely know that, there's no way they're going to have Theory lose after beating a guy like John Cena. No way. I mean, John Cena is, WWE's top name. They have Theory beat him, and then you think they would have Ray beat Theory? No way. No way. But the big story is actually what happened after the match here. Whole thing is, Dominic Mysterio continues to beat down on his father, Rey Mysterio, and points at Bad Bunny in the crowd. He heads over to his seat in the front row, gets in his face. Bad Bunny responds with a forearm before Damian Priest pulls him in the ringside area as Bunny clocks Dominic with another forearm, but Priest sends Bad Bunny crashing to the floor and clears the announce desk, and he chokeslams Bad Bunny through the announce desk as Dominic takes advantage and beats down his father. And, Bad Bunny is no stranger to a WWE ring, even if the multi-platinum recording artist only has 2 matches under his belt. Yet, the Raw after WrestleMania can often be full of surprises, which brings us to the Judgment Day. In the closing stages of Rey Mysterio's match against Austin Theory Monday night, his son Dominic Mysterio got involved, ultimately costing his father the match. Damian Priest was there too, of course, as Dom made his way ringside to greet Bad Bunny, who ultimately helped Rey on Saturday by preventing Dom from using a chain during the father-son showdown. The two came to blows with Bad Bunny knocking Dom to the floor. That's when Priest, who teamed with Bunny at WrestleMania 37 to defeat The Miz and John Morrison, got involved at first when he knocked him down, but that was never going to be enough. He followed that up by viciously chokeslamming Bad Bunny through the announcer's table, which resulted in a worried Corey Graves, a regretful Rey Mysterio, and an irate Adam Pearce. In any case, it makes sense that Bad Bunny would start getting more involved with Backlash right around the corner. The event is scheduled for next month in Bad Bunny's native country of Puerto Rico, where he will also be hosting Backlash, and a match very well may be in the cards between these 4 men. After all, following WrestleMania Saturday, Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque indicated that he just needs to call saying, I will say this about Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico is coming. If he wants to be in that ring, he has my number. After winning his in-ring debut at WrestleMania 37, Bad Bunny returned in the Men's Royal Rumble match in 2022, picked up an elimination, even ate an F5 from Brock Lesnar, and made it to the final 5 competitors in the Men's Royal Rumble match. So he had a good showing here. But, obviously, Bad Bunny, it's not going to be just Bad Bunny and Dominic Mysterio. It's going to be Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio against Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. That's what we're looking at here. Alright. So, that was whatever. Ray in Theory, it's like, yeah, it was kind of okay, but it did nothing really to tickle my fancy or float my boat. I mean, what about you guys? It was just something that was kind of there, We then head to a video showing the highlights of the match between the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. We head backstage and we see Adam Pearce arguing with Damian Priest over what just happened between himself and Bad Bunny. And we go back at ringside. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they head down to the ring, the new tag team champions. And even though I love Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, guys, I gotta say those tag titles already feel not as important. Being off of the bloodline. And seeing the Usos without the tag titles, it's just weird. It really is. But back at ringside, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn head down to the ring. We hear from the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Fans begin chanting, "You deserve it," and KO agrees with them before he adds that fans deserve it too. Sami says it is no secret that it has been a crazy year for him, and then says none of that would have been possible if it weren't for the fans. And he thanks them and says enough of the mushy, gushy stuff, as he says he knows Los Angeles likes to celebrate, and KO says that sounds good, as he says he hopes that he has the same kind of celebration in mind, a good fight. And then KO offers up an open challenge to any tag team in the back who wants a shot. So the Street Profits music hits before Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford appear. Montez Ford says it's a wonderful day and toasts to both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, as he says that the both of them deserve it, before Dawkins says he and Montez Ford also picked up a win at WrestleMania 39, as he says they have put in the work, but they have yet to be recognized for their work, and the Street Profits then say that they want the smoke. So, I mean, like I said, the winners of the men's showcase tag team match, they're number one contenders for the tag titles basically anyway, so they're just getting their shot. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, we got a match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships here, and this is what the match is. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defend their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. So Sami Zayn and Angelo Dawkins begin the action. The bell rings. Both men lock up. They go back and forth with submission holds before Dawkins manages to deliver a shoulder tackle. Sami Zayn hits a series of arm drags and then tags in KO. KO delivers a pair of sentons and tags Sami back in. Dawkins delivers a back elbow and Ford makes the blind tag in, but Zayn whips him into the corner and delivers a back body drop. KO tags in and fires off a few right hands, and then executes a backbreaker as Ford delivers an enziguri and then tags in Dawkins. Dawkins beats down KO and then tags Ford back in. Ford delivers a drop kick and begins wearing down KO's arm. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break, and Sami tags in and delivers a diving crossbody off the top to Ford. Ford delivers a boot to Sami's midsection, but Sami fires back with a tornado DDT. Ford rolls to the outside as Dawkins charges at Sami. Sami tosses him to the outside and goes flying to level the Profits, and then tosses Ford back in the ring as he ascends to the top rope, but Ford meets him there. And Sami executes a sunset bomb, but Ford delivers the enziguri and tags in Dawkins. Dawkins delivers a splash in the corner and gets Sami in an electric chair position, and then tags in Ford as the Profits hit a beautiful blockbuster. Ford goes for a pin, but KO breaks up the fall. Sami delivers an exploder, suplex in the corner, and tags in KO. KO hits a cannonball and then ascends to the top and delivers a swanton bomb as he goes for a pin, but Dawkins breaks up the pinfall. Sami runs in to try to take out Dawkins, but Dawkins tosses him to the outside. Meanwhile, Ford ascends to the top and looks to go flying as Sami tags in before KO delivers a stunner. And Sami, KO delivers a stunner. Sami pushes, Ford in the corner, and he follows it up with a big haluva kick to him for the 1, 2, 3 and the pin in the win to retain the championships. your winners and still the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, beating the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. Now, the only thing I will say about this, the match was good. It was okay. It was nothing spectacular, knock your socks off. But what I have to say about it is, see, here's the problem. If the Usos were doing this, it would have felt important. With Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens doing this, it just felt like another babyface versus babyface dynamic match that, oh, we're the good guys, we want to do an open challenge, let's show how we're such fighting champions, we'll fight anybody, yay! And then, the babyfaces win in a just generic formulaic babyface versus babyface title match, 4 good guys just going at it to showcase what we got. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get our stuff in and let's send the match home and let's win. And they're still champs. Formulaic, basic, but it was a good match. But let's see, this is what I'm telling you. How would anybody want Roman Reigns to lose the championship at this point? WWE has a very difficult time booking babyface champs. And it's already showing with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn right off the bat. Simple as that. But it was a good match, and they're still the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. So we head backstage to Kathy Kelly and Seth freaking Rollins. Kathy Kelly asks Seth freaking Rollins how he's feeling after defeating Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Seth says he's feeling good. Seth elaborates and says he's on cloud 9. And he then says that he sent Logan Paul and his buddy KSI back to the land of social media. And Seth says something about tonight is missing and says the party is out there at ringside with the fans. So Seth Rollins' music hits. He stays on camera. He's like, hold on, LA, I'm coming. And he's going down the hallway into Gorilla. Next thing you know, Seth's music hits. He heads down to the ring. He takes in the crowd singing his song before then we go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. The crowd is still singing Seth's song. As the crowd is singing Seth's song, Seth just gets out of the ring and heads to the back. So no promo from Seth Rollins about anything, nothing. Seth Rollins just comes out to hear people sing his song throughout a whole commercial break, and he goes to the back. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? And that was it. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. You want to hear something else horrible? Let's get into it. We then head backstage to Bobby Lashley and Kathy Kelly. Bobby Lashley vents out his frustrations with being left off of the WrestleMania card before Bronson Reed gets in, and these two, Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley, begin a verbal exchange with one another. Bronson Reed leaves, and Mustafa Ali walks in. Ali provides some advice to Lashley, but Lashley's having none of it. Because Ali was smiling like he gotta be positive, and he's like, positive Ali, or whatever. And I'm like, oh God. And then Lashley's like, well, what you're saying is I should just take someone out to the ring, basically, and beat him up. Ali's like, yeah. And then Lashley's like, that means I should take you to the ring. And Ali noticed right away, and he's like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to help Bobby. And, next thing you know at this point, after the verbal exchange, or let's see, Lashley begins beating down Ali. Ali's begging, saying how he was only trying to help. Lashley drags Ali out to ringside. He beats him down the ramp, pushes him down the ramp. He basically rolls down the ramp. And then the referee runs down. The bell rings. We got Bobby Lashley versus Mustafa Ali in a singles match. And Lashley delivers a clothesline that turns Ali inside out. And Lashley cinches in the Hurt Lock. And Mustafa Ali taps out, so Bobby Lashley cinches in that Hurt Lock for the win. And your winner by submission is indeed the almighty Bobby Lashley in a match that only lasted 38 seconds. I was like, holy shit. Anyway, Bobby Lashley wins. Then we go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. We head backstage to Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa. Roman asks Heyman if the Usos are gone, and Heyman says, yes, they are, my tribal chief. Roman then asks Heyman if he knew that Brock Lesnar was going to be in the arena tonight. And Heyman says this is usually the time of year that Brock Lesnar uses to rest and recover. You know, for 6 to 9 months before he finally comes back again. Roman says one of his greatest accolades of all time is smashing Brock Lesnar. And when he's done doing that again tonight, he will smash Cody Rhodes as well before, in Solo Sikoa, he mentions him and that's it. But he says he'll smash Brock, he'll smash Cody, and then he'll tag Solo in to basically take care of it and clean everything up for him since he's his enforcer. And that was that. So now we go back down to ringside again. Bianca Belair heads down to the ring, and Bianca Belair ends up coming face to face with Rhea Ripley because Bianca Belair says she is still the Raw Women's Champion. And Bianca says she can't be the EST without stepping into the ring with the best. Bianca says Asuka is one of the best and one of the most dangerous. Bianca then thanks her for pushing her, as she says now, she can proudly stand here. She can proudly stand here and say that she did it. Next thing you know, Rhea Ripley's music hits and she heads down to the ring with her SmackDown Women's Championship in hand. Rhea says that Bianca walks around calling herself the EST, but really, she's just the luckiest woman in the WWE, which that ends with an EST. And then she says after her huge Royal Rumble victory, Rhea said after a huge Royal Rumble victory, she chose to challenge Charlotte Flair instead of Bianca. Rhea says she told Bianca that they would get back to this, and she would eventually beat her like she did with Charlotte. Bianca says, she said that she wanted to stand toe-to-toe with the best of the best. And that includes Rhea Ripley. So she says they will meet in the ring sooner rather than later. I wish it would be title for title and they would just unify the women's titles and let it be done with. Because honestly, Bianca has no one left to wrestle either. I mean, it's like, come on, It's ridiculous. Anyway, Rhea Ripley looks to head to the back as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez head down to the ring. Dakota Kai and Io Sky follow. Now, this really didn't make any sense at all. Do you guys remember at WrestleMania how the women's showcase match here, the women's tag team showcase match, that match was supposedly a number one contenders match, right? Well, if that was so true, what's with the logic in this? Because listen to this. We got a women's tag team match here. Damage Control of Dakota Kai and Io Sky. No Bayley was present. And they're going up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But here's the real kicker. The winner earns a shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So how's that possible when Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler already won the showcase match at WrestleMania and they are number one contenders for the tag titles, and now you're having another number one contenders match? I don't get this. I really don't get this at all. Oh, Invincible. Monday Night Raw was absolute crap. Absolute crap tonight. For sure. No doubt about it. No doubt. So, this was just terrible. Terrible. And the match was terrible. This had no logic. You already got number one contenders for the women's tag titles in Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. So what in the fuck are you doing with this match? But, you know, I'll be damned. They have it because the winner earns a shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So here we go. Raquel Rodriguez and Dakota Kai begin the action. The bell rings and Dakota looks for the scorpion kick. Raquel catches it and plants Dakota and then tags in Liv. Liv delivers a forearm, but Dakota fires back with a big boot. Liv then delivers a backstabber as Io then tags in and hits a drop kick and charges at her. But Liv sends her to the outside as Dakota charges at her. But Liv throws her out to join Io. And Raquel tags in and powerbombs Liv onto Damage Control. We go to commercial and we come back from the break as Liv delivers a code breaker to Io. Raquel and Dakota tag in. Raquel hits a fallaway slam and a corkscrew elbow before Io tags in and beats down Raquel. Dakota quickly tags back in and Rodriguez catches her with the Tejana bomb, and Liv then tags in and delivers the Oblivion to Dakota Kai for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winners are Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, as Damage Control continues to fail. And now Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez get a WWE Women's Tag Team title match against Becky Lynch and Lita next week. When really, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler should be getting the tag team match. I don't understand this. This is definitely Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard logic, because this ain't no Triple H logic, I'll tell you that. Triple H is too smart for this crap. Let's see, Vince is definitely running things. Yeah, Invincible, it just seems like it. It does. And it was a complete mess of an episode. Let's see. I heard the script was changed on the spot while on air multiple times. I wouldn't doubt it, because they didn't even announce any matches for tonight, so I couldn't even do my usual Raw preview show, before Raw. There was nothing to talk about. So I'm sure Vince McMahon completely obliterated the script and everything. I mean, this was horrible. Absolutely horrible what happened. It really was. Just to give you guys, the whole thing, little backstory on Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. They came face-to-face on Raw. They teased a future match between both champions. Even though I talked about this a little bit ago, there's a little more in the transcript in this one that I opened. In the aftermath of WrestleMania 39, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are currently holding the WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown Women's Championships, respectively, including a new era in the female division. Following their massive weekend, Bianca and Rhea met in the Raw ring tonight, teasing a future matchup between them. Bianca arrived at the ring, thanked the fans and Asuka for an incredible match on Sunday, and made sure to mention her streak just before Rhea interrupted. Rhea told Bianca that she dodged a bullet when she opted to get revenge on Charlotte Flair, rather than face Bianca for the first time after winning the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble match. Rhea promised Bianca that the two would get back to this one day, stating that she will beat her, just like she did Charlotte during Night 1 of WrestleMania 39. In response, Bianca laughed off the idea of Rhea not choosing her, saying that she made the decision for a reason, and she's all about getting in the ring with the best, which includes Rhea Ripley. Bianca says when Rhea is ready, the two will really get to see who is the best of the best, setting up a future match down the line. Now, this isn't the first time Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair have teased a future matchup, with Rhea Ripley mentioning the two have plenty of time to face off, as the two shared a moment backstage on WWE Monday Night Raw in November of 2022, where the Judgment Day walked backstage with Rhea. Before the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley stopped to confront Bianca, who was walking by, recognizing her as the champ. before they walked away. So there was already a little bit of interaction there in the past. So that's why I wanted to throw that in and talk about that quickly. So, yeah, but I mean, completely illogical booking tonight. I mean, Vince McMahon is really causing problems here. It is. Oh, Invincible. It's a complete slap in our faces. I refuse to believe that this was a Triple H production, because we know what Raw felt like when Triple H had to first take it over, and just how good it felt, how amazing it was. And this had none of that feeling at all. There was absolute no feeling that was even close to that. This was absolutely terrible. And I think we deserve better than this. I mean, Vince McMahon is just so, he's so out of touch. When he books something, you can easily tell when it's a decision made by Vince McMahon. I mean, it's ridiculous, I know, but it's true. You just know when Vince McMahon has booked something. But next up, guys, we hear from The Miz after this horrible women's tag team match, because that match sucked. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. The Miz is waiting in the ring. The Miz asks fans if they enjoyed WrestleMania, and then says it was full of surprises. Miz says little did he know that all the surprises would be for him, or he would have several matches and physical spats with Pat McAfee, George Kittle, Shane McMahon, and Snoop Dogg. Miz says he is done with surprises before Matt Riddle's music hits, and Matt Riddle heads down to the ring. Matt Riddle asks the fans if they missed him, but The Miz has had enough. The Miz blindsides Riddle and delivers several stomps to him, but all that did was piss Riddle off. But Riddle, he manages to deliver a kick and then a ripcord knee, and Riddle then follows that up with the bro and Derek to The Miz, for just to kick his ass, and that was it. And then, unfortunately, for next week, it was already named that we're going to get Matt Riddle versus The Miz in a match on Raw next week, along with Becky Lynch and Lita defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Two matches I really could care less about, to be honest with you. That's exactly where I'm at, is I do not care. I mean, really, do you guys care about a match that we've seen multiple times before in Matt Riddle and The Miz? And plus, The Miz has been, he's been watered down so much to where he lost to fucking Snoop Dogg, of all people. That bullshit embarrassing match. And now I'm supposed to believe that Miz is going to be able to fight Matt Riddle. Okay, yeah. Miz will get his ass kicked like he always does. Riddle, he still looks exactly the same flip-flops, everything. The only thing that Riddle did was change his shorts. He used to have shorts with a little bit longer legs on them. Now Riddle is wearing wrestling shorts that are really short, like underwear. And he's got no elbow pads, knee pads, shoes, boots, nothing. All Riddle does now is come down on his scooter in basically a pair of underwear. And he's going to wrestle. Okay. There you go. Now, I don't even know what you guys want me to say about the last fucking segment on this show. But, I mean, this really pissed me off. I had a feeling that WWE was pulling some bait-and-switch bullshit, that there's no way Brock Lesnar was going to compete on Monday Night Raw, and sure enough, that's what happened. This was just, oh. And then I got to tell you guys where I think WWE's going with this yet. That's the whole thing. Where they're going with this. Because trust me, I'm not having a good feeling on where they're going with this. I don't know if it's going to be beneficial to Cody, but I have a feeling it's definitely not going to be beneficial to Brock Lesnar. I don't know what Brock Lesnar is going to do now with the character trait that he's going with. Yeah, it's the Invincible, that's the whole thing. I didn't really buy it either. What's up, Emma? How you doing? Yeah, everybody's in here, but yeah, you know, I wasn't buying it either, and especially when they took so long with the entrances and they got in the ring, and then you'd realize that this match only had like, what, 7-8 minutes of airtime left on the show. I'm like, you know, what are they doing here? They're doing something. This obviously isn't going to work. And, you know, we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman, they head to the ring. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar follow. And, oh my God, I can't believe I gotta talk about this. But I do. That's just what I gotta do, right? Hold on. Let me see which transcript is better. I think I'll read both of them just like I got a clear thing for you guys here. But Brock Lesnar betrays Cody Rhodes. All the guys make their entrances. They get in the ring. Everybody is, you know, getting their names announced. And before the match can even begin, Brock Lesnar hits Cody Rhodes with an F5. And he stares Cody down and delivers his second F5. And delivers a few stomps to Cody. Follows that up with a German suplex and tosses him out of the ring. Brock sends Cody crashing into the barricade spine first, and then suplexes him into the timekeeper's area and rings the bell. Brock then grabs a chair and cracks it across Cody's spine and grabs one of the ring steps and sends Cody colliding with it as Brock delivers an F5 to Cody through the announce desk. As Adam Pearce runs down, Brock scares him off and tosses Cody back in the ring and then grabs the steel ring steps that he previously tosses into the ring and hits an F5 to Cody on top of the steps. And then Brock stands over Cody on the steel ring steps and then looks to head to the back as the referees and officials check on Cody. Brock stops in his tracks and runs back into the ring as Brock grabs a chair and cracks it across Cody's spine once again and then berates him and retreats. And, then medical officials appear with a stretcher in hand. As Brock once again appears, he took his gloves off and everything, and he flips everyone off. He gave him the double bird. Brock just came walking back out on the ramp, and all Brock did was this. He did the old double bird. The old double bird to everybody, to the medical staff, to the officials, to Cody, and then he just walked back, showing off the air. Yeah, Brock put a massive beating on Cody. A massive, massive beating on Cody for sure. I mean, wow. Cody got destroyed. Brock turns on Cody Rhodes in shocking attack on WWE Raw after WrestleMania. So Brock Lesnar is back to his heel ways, surprisingly dropping Cody Rhodes before what was supposed to be the main event of Monday night's WWE Monday Night Raw. Earlier during Monday's Raw after WrestleMania 39, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes met face-to-face with the 2023 Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes issuing a challenge to Roman Reigns for a rematch for the Undisputed Universal Championship. Cody ultimately had to settle for a tag team match, with Brock seemingly coming out to be Cody's partner, after the ring introductions of Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, Brock Lesnar, and Cody Rhodes, Brock launched his attack on Cody, quickly lifting him for an F5. But that was just the beginning, as Brock Lesnar handed to Cody, or he continued to beat the crap out of him. Brock landed several F5s. After the first F5, Roman and Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa just looked on in shock. And then next thing you know, they just turned and got out of the ring, and then they even looked up from the ramp at one point, in shock. And they were like, we're just going to get out of here. This isn't even our battle. We're getting the fuck out of here, and we're leaving this go. So they left. They left, they bailed out. That was just it. They bailed out. And at this point, Brock landed several F5s, smashing Cody into the ringside barricade, putting him through the announcer's desk, and driving Cody down onto the steel ring steps in the center of the ring with one final F5. And then, Brock came back and smashed Cody with the chair and choked him with the chair before he finally left for good. But the match never officially began, as Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa quickly departed after Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes. Brock Lesnar has not wrestled a match on Raw in more than 20 years, and he has not wrestled a tag team match in any situation in over 2 decades, as this capped off a tough 24 hours for Cody Rhodes, who lost the main event of WrestleMania 39 on Sunday night to Roman Reigns due to outside interference by Solo Sikoa. Cody's plight harkens back to John Cena in 2012 when he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 28 and then got beaten up by returning Brock Lesnar the following night on Raw. Although it is unclear where Cody's story will lead him next, John Cena did rebound to triumphantly defeat Brock Lesnar at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view just weeks later. No, obviously, I think that's what's going to be with Cody. Cody is going to... He's going to be okay, Cody is going to be alright. He is going to beat... He definitely was going to... He's going to beat Brock Lesnar. Obviously. They're not going to put Cody and Brock in a feud just to have Brock beat Cody. That's not where we're going here. What I'm seeing is the beginning of the storyline of Cody struggling, to get back to the title. This is Cody's struggle here. But here's the whole thing. Let's see. Actually, I just came on Raw to look. Do you guys know that Worst Raw is trending? Worst Raw is trending right now. Wow. Worst Raw is absolutely trending. People even saying this was straight up the worst Raw of the year. Garbage. It's not only me, guys. Worst Raw is trending. I'm dead serious. You can look it up on Twitter. It is indeed trending. The whole thing is that, I haven't yet, but if anybody would want to give me crap for my review of this show and how my feelings are towards this show, all you got to do is look at the rest of the reaction on social media to realize that I am not standing alone in this here. Everybody sees that this show is garbage. This show tonight was complete garbage. And if this is any indication, I'm not saying it is, but if this is any indication of what we have to look forward to out of the WWE product, we're in trouble. We really are. We are in trouble. Because we're going to be right back where we were before Vince McMahon initially retired last year. You know, it really, you know, no kidding. The whole thing is that this was the absolute worst show that they ever produced following a WrestleMania. No debuts, no surprises. It really was a total Vince McMahon takeover. And then you guys saw what he said today on CNBC. He's like that he's back in charge, and if this is their season debut, what was it? If this is, you know, that he's back in charge. And if this is their season debut, what is their season finale going to be like next year after WrestleMania? Really? Answer me that question. I mean, and if this is how Vince McMahon is going to book Cody Rhodes, I wonder if Cody Rhodes even has, if he has a chance to even become champion anymore, you know? I mean, you know, does he? I think so, though. Because I think Vince, you know, still want to give Cody the title. But, you know, it's like, oh my God. I'm just thinking now, Cody's going to beat Brock whenever they have their match. It's probably going to be at Backlash. I'm sure. I would think it's going to be at Backlash. And then I would say that, you know, for sure, Cody wins. Brock, I don't know what you do with him then at that point. I really don't. Like Invincible says, the UFC merger better not switch and change how we watch these pay-per-views. I'm not paying $70 for WWE like they charge for UFC pay-per-views. Really worried about this merger. I am too for that fact, but what I also did hear, and if they would do this, I'd be in fucking heaven if they would do this, that they would merge WWE Network and UFC Fight Pass together, and we'd have like a UFC and WWE Network. I'd be totally fucking down for that, 110%, if they would want to do that. So I hope that's the route that they go. Because they have what? How many years do they have left? They got what? 3 years left on Peacock, though, I think, anyway. I don't think that contract could be voided. So, you know, we got time to figure this out. You know, we got definitely time to figure this out. But hopefully, yeah, UFC and WWE Network, you know, will be coming together. That's what I hope. I got a few little news stories before I give my final opinions, you know, on Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes and what's going to happen. And when I rate this show on a scale of 1 to 10, which you guys are going to want to stick around for that. Pat McAfee details the secrecy surrounding his WrestleMania 39 impromptu match. Perhaps one of the least shocking surprises of WrestleMania weekend was that Pat McAfee showed up for an impromptu match taken on The Miz during night 1 of WrestleMania on Saturday. And as was reportedly the case with his last return, when he did commentary at the Royal Rumble in January, this one was also played close to the vest. Before showtime, with Pat McAfee explaining on his show on Monday that only 5 people, with himself included, knew of the plan in advance. Michael Cole had no idea that I was there, Pat McAfee explained. While on his tour bus, Pat McAfee did catch Michael Cole walking by and wanted to talk to him, but he decided against it because he wasn't sure if it would disrupt the plans for his segment. Obviously, The Miz did not know until Saturday. He continued for a shoot when My Music Hit is near when Miz found out. McAfee also congratulated WWE for the biggest and best WrestleMania of all time, citing WWE's claims about the various business records that it broke over the weekend, and shouted out the WWE production staffers who he caught up with as well. Pat McAfee has been around WWE much less over the past 6 months after he joined ESPN's College Game Day last September. His impromptu match with The Miz on Saturday was officially his 6th in WWE and his 3rd at a WrestleMania, with the former NFL punter Pat McAfee having defeated Austin Theory and lost to Mr. McMahon on night 2 of last year's Show of Shows. McAfee also picked up a win over Baron Corbin at SummerSlam last year and went 0-2 in NXT, succumbing to Adam Cole in a singles match and being on the losing side of the 2020 Men's War Games match against the Undisputed Era. And, that's the news on Pat McAfee. And then there is 2 more little news stories here that I could do. Actually, 3 more little news stories here. Backstage update on where Vince McMahon was spotted during WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania 39 weekend has come and gone with a small handful of championship changes as well, as Roman Reigns continuing his historic run as undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Yet it was all topped by the news of Endeavor agreeing to a deal to purchase WWE, with Vince McMahon set to stay on as executive chairman of the board. Speaking of, Vince McMahon happened to be present throughout the weekend. As a matter of fact, Fightful Select reports that Vince McMahon was often among the talent this week, which surprised many and was said to have been spotted at the hotel on multiple occasions. The Talent Hotel, I guess. While he was around for the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Fightful also learned that McMahon was present backstage throughout the entirety of last Friday's SmackDown as well. These reports come on the heels of the Endeavor purchase report, not to mention the fact that McMahon sent out an email to all employees to assure them that nothing was going to change following the announcement of the deal, for now at least. We expect to continue to operate largely as we do now, he wrote per WrestleNomics, stressing in the meantime it is business as usual here, and this news has no immediate impact on your day-to-day roles or responsibilities. WWE is coming off an extremely successful WrestleMania weekend, which saw it tout an increase in ticket sales, overall viewers, and merchandise sales. Looking forward, it's time for the highly anticipated Raw after WrestleMania, coming to us live from the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. There are plenty of guests circling as to who might show up, plus we'll have to see how Cody Rhodes responds to his first loss since returning to the WWE. Let's see, what do we got in chat real quick before I get to these last 2 stories? Let's see, what's up, Rowley, how you doing? Great to have you here. Hello from the UK, and Emma, hello from the UK. Glad to have you both here. So we got a UK presence here. I like that. I do like that. Always good to have people from all over the world coming on in and checking out the show. You gotta love that. You do. Alright, so let me take a look here and see what the next story is, because I got 2 of them. I got 2 of them that I can do. So let's go ahead and do just that. Alright. There we go. Found it. So that was about Vince McMahon. There's backstage details on the runtime for Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and John Cena and Austin Theory matches at WWE WrestleMania. Both Austin Theory and Rhea Ripley picked up career-defining victories on Night 1 of WWE WrestleMania 39 this past Saturday, but their matches against John Cena and Charlotte Flair, respectively, did not quite go according to plan. Fightful Select reports that Theory's successful United States Championship defense against John Cena was way under time, while Rhea Ripley's SmackDown Women's Championship securing triumph over Charlotte Flair went slightly over the allotted time. With that said, WWE officials were said to be very pleased with the Women's Championship match. There was no reason provided as to why the opener fell way short, as Theory and Cena kicked off WrestleMania weekend with a match that clocked in at 11 minutes and 20 seconds, ultimately ending with Austin Theory connecting on a low blow to John Cena while the referee's back was turned before hitting his 8-count down finishing move. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley righted the wrongs of WrestleMania 36 as she defeated the Queen, Charlotte Flair, to claim her first SmackDown Women's Championship in a match lasting 23 minutes and 33 seconds. In doing so, Rhea Ripley also became the first woman in WWE history to win a major title across NXT, NXT UK, Raw, and SmackDown, a distinction that includes the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships as well. Now we see our sights set on the Raw after WrestleMania, where it's fair to assume there will likely be a fallout following both Theory's and Rhea's victories. Regarding Cena, it's likely that his filming commitments played a part in the match being shorter than planned, but if nothing else, there's a good chance that Theory doesn't let anybody forget about this victory over Cena for a very, very long time, if ever. And then in the last news story that I have of the night for you guys here, and this is something, that you guys can think about as well, and then I will give you my final thoughts on Cody and Brock, and I'll rate the show as well. Alright. What Triple H and Nick Khan reportedly said during talent meeting before WWE Monday Night Raw today, before the Raw after Mania. CNBC initially reported on Sunday afternoon that Endeavor was nearing the acquisition of WWE, merging them with the UFC in the process. That report was made official Monday morning when WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and Endeavor's Ari Emanuel confirmed the deal to establish a brand new publicly traded company. Now, McMahon quickly attempted to assure employees via email that day-to-day operations would not be changing in the wake of the deal, but nonetheless, there was both a staff and talent meeting held on Monday afternoon. Fightful Select now has reported details from both. Fightful reports that WWE President Nick Khan, Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque, and Chief Financial Officer Frank Riddick led the employee meeting, while Levesque and Khan ran the talent meeting. During the staff meeting, it was stressed that Endeavor's purchase of the company did not mean they were taking over creative control or production of the show. However, there were not many other details given in terms of how this merger may affect other areas. During the talent meeting, Khan and Levesque touted their impressive WrestleMania numbers and once again reiterated that nothing was going to change under Endeavor. With that said, Vince McMahon's name was mentioned on multiple occasions when discussing those who will be in control, though once again details were scarce in terms of what Vince McMahon will actually be doing. Lastly, Nick Khan and Paul Levesque did not take any questions during the meeting. Following such an impressive WrestleMania 39 weekend, it will be interesting to see whether or not any of these topics come up during tonight's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, which is one of the most highly anticipated episodes of Raw every single year. Yeah, and on this one, it failed. It failed. It really did. Oh, and finally, here's some exciting news. I can't wait for this. I just found this. Becky Lynch nears the finishing stages of a book that she's written the last couple of years. This really has me pumped here, because Becky's my favorite, and for the women in WWE. WWE superstars captivate their audiences with the compelling narratives that they tell in the ring, but sometimes their real-life stories are just as fascinating as the characters they portray and the storylines they are involved in every week on Raw or SmackDown. So despite not being the first place to look for your favorite wrestlers, the tales of legendary competitors like Mick Foley, Chris Jericho, Medusa, and Bryan Danielson can be found at your local bookstore in their very own memoirs, and Becky Lynch will soon be occupying shelf space right along with them. While speaking to Stephen A. Smith ahead of this year's WrestleMania, Becky Lynch revealed that she's in the final stages of completing her first book about her life and career. Becky told Smith that it is currently in the publisher's possession after she had been slowly working on it over the past few years. Becky says, and I quote, "I finished it. So now we are in the editing process," she said. "I have done it very slowly over maybe a year or two, but you start overthinking. It is funny because you start to change things up, so then you're going back, so I need to stop. Luckily, it's with the editor." The current co-holder of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships also shared that one of the more difficult things about the process was discussing some of the stuff that you're embarrassed about or you're ashamed about putting on the paper. By revealing such intimate and honest details, she hopes to show her fans and readers that Big Time Bex is human too. Though no official details have been announced yet, Becky said in the interview with Upfront with Kate Hannon that the autobiography is tentatively titled The Man, Not Your Average Girl, and should be set to drop in 2024. So in 2024, that's going to be the big book release right there. Talk about huge, that's huge. So there you go. There's a breaking story that's just coming across right now. It just popped up. Vince McMahon reportedly firmly back in charge of creative during WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. Vince McMahon told CNBC over the weekend that he would no longer be in the weeds as it pertains to WWE creative, and that he would only get involved with higher level decisions. However, that wasn't the case during last night's WWE Monday Night Raw, the fallout episode from WrestleMania 39, and the first television taping since Endeavor's acquisition of WWE. According to PW Insider, Vince McMahon was personally and heavily involved with Monday's show and ordered a number of late rewrites for the show about 15 to 20 minutes before Raw went live on the air. Furthermore, the changes were described as not a feeling that talents and staff had come to expect under the regime of Paul Triple H Levesque. The report added that the changes to the Raw script were made even after the show went on the air, and that they came directly from McMahon, who had his own office, just as he did before his retirement last July. It was further noted that although last night's show began with Levesque on the headsets, McMahon became more and more involved as the point person running the show as the night progressed. For most of the night, McMahon was in gorilla position, directly overseeing the proceedings. PW Insider added this was not the case during WrestleMania 39, where he was in the headset only producing a few segments, but not involved with all the decision-making. Among talents PW Insider spoke with, there was a negative shift in morale as they realized that operations have reverted to exactly where they were before Levesque took over as WWE's creative team. One source said the place felt nuked, and that the feeling was that McMahon would likely be overseeing everything again going forward, leaving the creative to his whims and sensibilities. Other talents were less disheartened by McMahon's return to Gorilla, noting that they always suspected all roads would eventually lead to his return to WWE's creative process. There was all optimism that McMahon's heavy involvement was likely a one-off, seeing as Triple H still holds the title of WWE's Chief Content Officer. Regardless, multiple sources confirmed to PW Insider that McMahon was firmly back in charge following the Endeavor acquisition of the company. This was expected after Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel stated that he was never going to let Vince McMahon retire and that he wanted Vince McMahon to remain at the helm of the WWE. So, yeah, and that's the new owner of WWE, Ari Emanuel. So, if he wants Vince McMahon, he's going to get Vince McMahon. Simple as that. So, I think we're going to be kind of screwed here, folks. Doesn't sound very good. Okie dokie. Good booze. Yeah, I wish. It's just water. Don't worry. But anyway, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. I think it's going to lead to Cody Rhodes beating Brock Lesnar in this feud. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. We'll see. This might happen as soon as Backlash. As far as what I would rate the show, Monday Night Raw on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm generous at times, but I'm also harsh at times. And with this more than likely being a Vince McMahon production, there was a match that was good, like the tag title match, but still, I can't cut them slack. Not with Vince McMahon there, and with this being a Raw after WrestleMania and how they pulled that whole bait and switch at the end, I'm holding them accountable. I'm going to say WWE Monday Night Raw for Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 39 for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. I'm going to give this show a 1 out of 10. If it's the worst Raw after WrestleMania of all time, then to me, that deserves a 1. If it's trending on social media as the worst Raw or worst Raw of the year or worst Raw after Mania of all time, it deserves a 1 out of 10. So 1 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. This show was a steaming, stinking pile of shit tonight. 1 out of 10. Simple as that. Simple as that. End of discussion, 1 out of 10. So, there you go, guys. That's your full preview for WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania tonight. Let me know what you guys think about it. Or your review results, let me know what you guys think about it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? All that stuff. Raleigh gave it a 4 out of 10. I say 1 out of 10. So, let me know what you guys think. And, yeah, guys, so that's going to do it for me tonight. I will see all of you next time. And yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. That'll be for your AEW Dynamite coverage. That'll be coming your way on Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite. So make sure that you come back here and join me live on Wednesday night. We'll get a lot better show, I'm sure, than this crap, what we got tonight. This was bad. And don't forget us and we won't forget you. And of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today, always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And then, of course, everybody, as always, thank you very much for watching and listening to your WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 39 review and result show for today, Monday, April 3rd, 2023. And along with that 1 out of 10, it gets the 2 thumbs down and the Big T seal of disapproval. Boo! Especially because Vince McMahon was heavily involved tonight. Yeah, fuck that shit, man. But, yeah, so there you go. And then, of course, as always, everybody, always remember, And never ever forget that I'm your host, Big T, and that I'll see all of you at the matches, and I'll see all of you for your AEW Dynamite coverage on Wednesday. It'll be on Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite, so I hope you guys will be here for it. And now, WWE's going to Portland, Oregon on Friday, so they're leaving Los Angeles Tuesday morning. WrestleMania week and weekend is over. Officially over after tonight, and it ended on a bad note. We'll see what that means going forward. So take care, everybody. Like I said, I'm your host, Big T. I'll see all of you at the matches. See all of you for AEW Dynamite coverage on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. I love you all. And of course, good night, everybody.
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.